Hey, Whitney Reid here. Just want to run you through a couple of ways that I use the Market Movers data tool under sportscardinvestor.com. This is a subject that I touched on briefly in the Beginner's Guide to Selling Sports Cards, and that is the website sportscardinvestor.com. So I've been following Jeff and this website for about a year now, and it was one of the main reasons that I started investing in sports cards again. I started following his Instagram page and learned a lot of what's going on in the market over the past year or so, and it helped me kind of decide what to invest in. And he's got this cool members only group where it gives you tips on who to look at and the direction of the market and all that good stuff. But with the premium membership on sportscardinvestor.com, you can have access to the market movers data tool, which is extremely valuable. So I subscribed to this back in, I don't know if it was July, midsummer, something like that. And I didn't really understand. And to be honest, I am still learning the different features and how to utilize this tool, but it is invaluable. I have made my money, 20 times what I've paid for this. And it really does help you, learn the market and decide where and find those values. So one way that I do it, like we're just looking at the home screen here, and this is just some of the cards that I had saved. So this doesn't really apply. But one way that I like to sort through all of the data. So has all sales data from eBay over the last, I don't know, 90 days or so. And you can sort through all of this rather than looking at the eBay sold feature. You can sort through it all pretty easy using this tool. So the one of the ways that I use is just go over here to this hashtag, and you can look at price movements by player, movement by card, or sales volume by player and sales volume by card. So all of those are very valuable pieces of information. But I'm just going to show you here with price movements by player, one way that you can possibly find some value in some cards here. So we're going to sort here, and this is going to show you, it's a lot of data, so it takes a little while for it to update and to load, but the page has recently been updated over the past couple days, and I haven't used it much since it's been updated, so I hope all the features still work the same. Um, but this is going to bring up price movements by player. It's going to show you over the last 7 days. You can sort it by 7 days, 14 days, 30, 60, last 90. But at the moment, we're looking at the last 7 days, and it's going to show you the cards that have changed for the positive over the last 7 days, and it's going to go in order. So right here, Karl Malone, this is by player, not by card, but Karl Malone has been up 83% over the last 7 days. And you can expand this field here, and it's going to show you which cards they are using to get this information of up 83%, right? So if you expand it, it brings up his 86 Fleer rookie PSA 10 is up 111%. Over the last 7 days, it has sold on eBay $10,888 worth. The average sale, 5,444. So that means there were two sales over the last 7 days. So that kind of shows you where this card currently is selling. So it's last two sales average at 5,444. All right, so if you look down here, there was also a sale for the PSA 8, actually 7 sales for the PSA 8, and that's up 23%. So that would have been probably the past couple of days a pretty good buy there. You could have probably caught that before it went up 23% by looking at this data. But it shows here over the last 7 days, $1,377 worth of this cards have been sold. Average sale cost $196, and like I said, it was 7 of those cards that have been sold. Now here's interesting because it's looking here, and maybe we can figure out why, but the PSA 9 for some reason is down 10%, 9.4%. There were two sales, and the average sale was $619. So that's really odd considering the PSA 10, the average sale was 5,444, because typically there is 3x or 3.4 so between these two, and that doesn't add up. So if you can find if there's not anything funny like shill bidding or anything going on, this could be an awesome opportunity to buy PSA 9. I mean, this is one of the ways I use this to invest and make money. You find the big gaps between the PSA 10s and the PSA 9s because typically the 10 will take off first, and then a couple weeks later the 9 will take off. So let's say we're going to look at this PSA 9 and see if something funny is going on. So we'll chart this. So you can just click on here, and it's going to chart this card, and it doesn't have a lot of data because it's only 2 cards sold over the last 7 days. But let's see what it shows for the last. I think it pulls up the last 90 days on the chart. Um, yeah, so it goes back to July 8th, and this is the graph here. So it is steadily moving up here, but you see some dips down here. So maybe, when you find these dips, maybe you can find that card for that price and buy it, and then, hopefully it bounces back up. But what I like to do here is to you can add the other grades here. So you can come over here and add the PSA 10 to the same chart. And this is where you're going to kind of see the story of what's going on with the PSA 9 and PSA 10. All right, here we go. So as you can see, the blue is the 10, and you see that line going up, and then there's a big spike here. And check this out. The 9's been flat. It hasn't really moved much. So if you were to look back August 24th, the PSA 9 was $799 and the 10 was $4,000. So the 9 has actually come down. It's down 485, 650, and here's one for 589, right? So it's definitely not moving up with the PSA 10 here. So let's check it out. Let's look at some, right here is the awesome feature. You can just click ratios here, and this shows you the ratio between the cards that you are charting. So between the 9 and 10, the ratio is 12.5. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's insane. So like I said, it should be 3.5. It doesn't always work out this way, but at the moment, I have had a lot of success buying cards that are have the bigger spread than 3.5. I mean, if I see something that's 6 or 7, I typically buy it, and I might have to buy this card right now, actually. So right now, the ratio between the last card sales uh, is 12.5. Unreal. All right, so then you're just going to look here and see what's for sale, and it's going to pull up everything that's for sale, and let's make sure that everything is everything is legit here. So for sale here, you have a 10, and there's an 8.5 with an auto 10. Let's see if there's any 9s here. PSA 9, buy it now, $6.99. Does not accept offers, no offers. This guy accepts offers, but his buy it now price is $1,500. I mean, maybe shoot this guy an offer and see if you can get it for that. What was that price there? Maybe 589. Shoot it out there at 550 and see if he accepts. Probably won't because he's listing it for 1,500. But even if you bought it at 699, still seems like an awesome deal. I don't know. I don't know if there was something funny going on with shill bidding that the fake bids that made that PSA 10 so drastically high, but I don't know. I mean, that's where you have to kind of use your intuition and figure out if that's a legitimate deal. To me, this looks like an awesome deal. So actually going to check that out later. But um, again, that's just one way to find deals, and just so happened we found it on the very first one. But I just want to show you another way that I use this with price movements by player, which I've had some success with this data tool by doing it this way as well. So let's just let that reload here, let that update, and give it a second here. All right, so again, we're on the same page with the Karl Malone being up number 1 over the last 7 days, 83%. Number 2, number 3, Jerry Rice. It's awesome to see some of these older football players getting some love here. I love to see that. Derrick Henry up 50%. Carson Edwards. I mean, it's kind of odd because a lot of basketball cards are down right now. Conor McGregor, huge. I mean, 43%. I think there's going to be a lot of room for growth in the UFC card market, so that should be fun. Um, but let's sort this. This is sorted from the highest gain over the 11 of the last 7 days. Let's sort this backwards. So just reverse this here, and this shows you who's down the most. Um, Devin Singletary down 44%. It's only 2 cards, so I like to find, that someone that has more than 2 or 3 cards. But um, let's check out somebody, for instance. You've got Leonard Fournette that's down big time. I mean, he had a big spike when he first signed with Tampa Bay, so that's not a huge surprise. Mike Evans, kind of the same thing, huge spike when Tom Brady came on board. Two is down, but that's interesting. Two is down. I still think he's an awesome investment. And Herbert's down as well, and he's still starting. So let's look at Herbert really quick. Let's expand this. And you see here he's got his optic preview hollow is up 18%, but his mosaic raw is down. And these newer guys aren't going to have graded cards, so it's a little more difficult. But his 2020 mosaic silver and raw are both down significantly. You can buy that silver now for $235, and you can get the raw base for $37, which is interesting. But let's take a look at. I want to find a better, maybe a better example here of somebody that's down. Like I said, this has got so much data here. So check out Lamar Jackson, down 13%. That's a shame. It's because he didn't have the best game on Monday night. It's crazy how that translates so fast. But I mean, take a look at this. I mean, down 50% on his optic hollow PSA 9. There's a huge opportunity there. Because Lamar Jackson's going to have a fantastic year. I mean, it was one week, and he was playing against the best team in football. So look at all these like great cards. His premier level PSA 10 is down 30% over the last 7 days, and there's a huge opportunity here. And then you see these other cards are flat. I mean, they haven't really sold a lot of those cards, but they're still flat. So look at all these great cards that are down over the past 7 days. And yeah, that's just a couple of the ways that I use this data tool, but there's so many different features. Like I said, you can look at price movement by card, the sales volume by card, sales volume by player and by card. Pretty interesting here. You have the popular card charts here, and you pull up like some of you can look up cards that are searched often. You can chart any card, and this thing really does have almost every single card you're looking for, which is great. And then here is pretty cool. You just you can save your collection there, and it shows you the percentage and how much you're up in value on your current card collection. And then you can also track the cards you've sold. So it kind of, it's a great way to gather all of your card information into one database. So I've found that extremely helpful to see if I've actually made money or not. But anyway, I'll do another video to show some other ways that I use this, but that's one way that I've been using over the past couple months and have been extremely successful. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment below, or feel free to hit me up on Instagram or email. But anyway, hope I answered all your questions. I'll be doing another video soon. Thanks a lot, guys.